So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping back on the 106 GTI. As you know from the previous video, we started stripping the engine down because the head gasket had gone. Now I'd bought parts and various other things, but splitting the car down was my main thing, just to make sure I had everything I needed to get. There's a few things that I do need to get after me actually pulling this thing out, mainly being that this, I think I want to change the inlet for a VTS C2 one. I think, to my knowledge, they do a metal one, which I should probably replace this with. If it's coming off, I'll try and replace that with one of those if I can find one for a good price. So if you have one, hit me up, let me know. But today we're going to carry on stripping down the engine, try and get the manifold off and the exhaust. My first port of call actually coming here was taking the exhaust off the car, and I'll show you guys the speed bump that I've already got to today. It's really bad. Basically, as you guys may or may not have seen in previous videos, this manifold has actually been welded up many times, and it's very distorted, so most of the bolts aren't actually accessible because they've been distorted so badly with the rest of the exhaust system. I'm trying to drop the rest of the exhaust off its hangers and everything, and just keeping one of the bolts here to actually bend back to actually get these bolts off down here, because again, this is so bent down here that it's becoming really hard to get off. But if I take you guys underneath the car, just here we have the real extent of how bad this is. So starting up here, all of this welding here, I think you guys can just see all of the welding on the exhaust just there and round this side. Really bad. I hope you guys can see that. It is incredibly bad. Obviously previous owner has done that, but the next bit is this bit where there's so much putty and rust and welding. Just try and focus on that. Look at how much weld has been put on that. It's actually making it really hard to free all of this up. I've already tried and been in here trying to get these bolts out of the center section that connects the manifold to the center section, and they are not coming out. I think the word is, I've tried my hardest to get one out, and that was a locker on top of a bolt that's actually seen, as you can see, inside all of the putty here. So I'm not going to be able to get that bolt out unless I cut most of the putty off. And this side is the same. That bolt won't actually budge because it's been what I believe to be welded in with the putty or something like that. Something's happened, but it is not budging whatsoever. So today I'm actually going to be cutting this off. Now I know many people might be like, oh, why are you cutting it off? But at the end of the day, I think all of this is not going to be used again. It's not going to be sold on to anyone else. It is incredibly bad. As you guys can see, I'm just trying to get you guys clued up with what's going on. But the amount of rust on this exhaust, with the amount of welding, with the amount of putty that's been put on it, like even down here with the center muffler, there's actually so much putty on that. It's so bad. So what I'm actually going to do is end up cutting here the center section off of the manifold with that saw right there, because there's no way I'm going to be reusing this. There's no way I'm going to sell it on. It is going to be binned because it is so patchy, so rusted, and so welded. Interestingly, as you can see, that I think cutting the exhaust off is probably going to be the fastest way and the most effective way of actually getting this off. So that's what we're going to start the day with. It is so hot again in the UK today. Have my little glovies on as well because I'm sick of smashing my hands up on cars. I really am. I'm 31 now. Anyway, let's get under the car with the saw, start cutting. Right, I hope you guys can see what's going on. Try and cut from this angle over here. Try and just like cut straight through this bit. The car is as high as I can get it off the floor, but because I'm a large gentleman, you know, I can't quite get under the car, if I'm quite honest. Did chest yesterday and various other things at the gym. Doing the gym and doing cars is actually a nightmare together, just so you know. Yes! What's coming off there? Right, let's just assess how horrific this is. If we could just, there we go. Look at the actual state of this. What the hell is this? What is that? What is that? Look how bad it is. Mate, look how bad all of that is. That is definitely 100% going to bin. Well, I don't know actually. Let's just show the ladies and gentlemen that part. Yeah, we're just taking that off and there's like no water in the car. Okay. I didn't do any of this work. Shout out Bob, holding the camera and taking everything off the car. Oh, we're still connected somewhere. Where are we? Oh right, I'll take that off.
What is
Yeah, we were nearly there then. It's the most action we've ever seen on this channel with engine stuff. Oh, we're still connected. What's connected now?
How do I stop?
Right, we're back. I mean, nothing happened. It's fine. Right. Oh.
Done.
Not even lying. No joke. It is so hot in here at the moment. Isn't it? This is leaking. What I'm assuming to be water or fuel. Fuel. Of course, it's watering, leaking fuel. That's off though. Let's just inspect this, shall we? Yep. There it is. Lovely. What are you saying? Look at that in there, mate.
Oh dear.
That is juicy as it gets, isn't it? Yeah. Look at that. Nice. Ain't got too much water in the engine either. That's well bad.
Failed here, look. You see,
yeah,
they almost meet in.
Just there.
Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe, I'm not too sure, mate.
It just seems to be a little bit clearer here, like it's not been sealed. Interesting and informative. It's not too bad, is it? She's still on there. Obviously, you're not going to know until you... Yeah, it's not like scored and there's no like dodgy bits.
You can still see all the arrow marks on the pistons.
Yeah, which is quite nice. After 150,000 miles. Right, so assessing the bottom of the head. What's there? There's a couple of... oh yeah, yeah, we can see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There it is, the culprit.
Which is on here.
Just there. And there is... What, 2? No, 3.
I assume that's how they come.
Yeah. Someone can tell us in the comment section whether that's right or not. But I think this head gasket has been done previously in the past, so that might not be right. But then again, it might be right. Who knows? I don't know. I'm a complete novice. I'll happily tell everyone that. No crazy, like, scoring or anything on the bottom of the head.
Mark there, look.
Mark there. Not bad, though.
It'd help if it wasn't 300 degrees, so...
Yeah, it would really help if it wasn't, like, 45 degrees in here at the moment. Like, the camera won't show how hot it is in here. It's actually a bit of a joke, if I'm honest. So, really happy with how far we've got today. Everything's been pulled off here. We're going to assess this in the next video, because I'll have someone else here that can help us sort of go through the engine. I'm going to clean all of this up as it's all out. Obviously, putting stuff in here just to make sure water doesn't get into the pistons. Quite happy with how this head is, actually. It's not in too bad a condition. Again, I'm going to point out that I am a novice and don't really know what I'm doing. That's why I require help from other people. And you know, I like to learn with the channel more than anything, so learning how all of this sort of works and pulling it apart and just making it right as well is the key for me. Quite happy with how this is. Again, if anybody has any comments, please leave them below, as I will read them all and assess any other things that we may need to do to this engine, cleaning it up, replacing bits that we need to replace. But very happy with everything. I'll show you guys underneath the car, as I haven't actually showed you guys, although I showed you guys the manifold horrendousness. This is as far as we got today with the underneath. The exhaust has been dropped just to there, and I'll be pulling the rest off in the next video or the video after, because I want to sort of get all this front bit done and the engine back up into the car before I start doing anything else underneath it. This is the main priority in these videos. The next things will be replacing the radiator as well, because as you can see, it is in pretty terrible condition. And again, I want to do a twin fan setup, so we'll be buying one of them in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, other than that, assessing the engine bay as we're here, there doesn't seem to be too bad. Yeah, although this has had, you know, 150,000 miles of use, it seems to be in pretty good condition. But again, we will clean that up in the next video. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Again, thank you so much for watching. So glad we're on the 106 in the unit. Really glad that we're actually able to get this thing done. And I please plead you guys to go and do the same thing. If you do have a car like this, jump in and try and do it yourself. Yes, I know a lot of people may be like, oh no, I'd never do that, but it's always fun to try, and trying is half the battle these days. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.